So you've left the DUP, you joined TUV. Why was the promise by the DUP to remove EU law not enough?
Well, I think that we've heard those kind of commitments before, and they were also made in the context of celebrating the Stormont break, which is predicated on accepting the application of EU law and giving us the right to try and block laws that a foreign parliament has made for us. I very much believe that the basic principle of democracy is having the right to stand for election, to actually make the laws to which you are subject, not to have the right to stand for election to try and block a law that a foreign parliament has already made for you. And I feel that the DUP has felt like it's been facing in two directions. The efforts to liberate Northern Ireland from the protocol have been complicated by a strange lack of willingness to take the fight in the natural direction that one would feel it should go, and to deploy the powerful arguments that could be deployed in order to win those arguments. And I've just come to the conclusion that I think I need to be in a party which is facing very clearly in one direction, the direction of trying to get rid of the protocol and to restore the rights of the people of Northern Ireland to stand for election, to make all the laws to which they are subject.
Sammy Wilson said this week that the DUP would be arguing for mutual enforcement. Do you not believe that the DUP leadership will?
Well, Sammy has been a great champion of mutual enforcement all along. The difficulty has been that when the party was presented with the option of mutual enforcement, it engaged with this in a highly qualified way, which stopped way short of actually saying, this is what we need to do. It was welcomed merely as an interesting contribution to the debate, as a potential longer-term solution. So it was really kicked into the long grass. And I think probably someone like Sammy would have been disappointed by that. I believe very passionately that we don't need to be looking at mutual enforcement as an interesting long-term solution. I think we need to be looking at it as the urgent, immediate, right now solution that we should be pressing for, making the point that actually this is the obvious thing that we should be doing, because it provides a way of protecting the integrity of the EU single market without a hard border and without disenfranchising anyone in Northern Ireland.
If TUV and Reform standing in this election means that the DUP lose 1-2 seats overall, what message does that send to the next government of the UK about where Northern Ireland as a whole sits?
Well, I think that would be unfortunate, and I think that we don't want to be in this position. I mean, I spent a lot of time trying to persuade the DUP to change its position, but I just think it's an inevitable consequence, sadly, of the fact that the DUP is trying to face in two directions at the same time, and I think that there is a need for realignment within unionism now, so that all those of us who really believe in that sort of constitutional minimum, that everyone should have the right to stand for election, to make all the laws to which they are subject, and that our trade should not be interrupted with the rest of our own home economy. Those of us who really believe that, and for that is a non-negotiable, need to be in the same party and fighting for that. And I think the difficulty has been that hasn't really been the case within the DUP. People have been pulling in different directions. And that's the reason why I have reached the sad conclusion that I think I need to leave. And I hope that actually by leaving and highlighting some of these difficulties, it makes people within the DUP think. I think that what they need to do, those of us, those who are within the DUP who would share my views, need to either take control of their party or consider whether their future rests somewhere else.